All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachahakwadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, salutations to the Lord's elect out there. This is the brother Yeshaya. This lesson right here, this video is going to be about a topic that I've always found interesting. I've used it a couple of times, but, more recently, just really, sometimes you are familiar with a word or a term, and as time progresses, you learn more and more about the term, and the term really means, another thing than what you initially thought. All right. Now, this term right here is scorched earth. So as we know, the least of the flock, starting with them, they are going around, especially in the land of, Palestine and all that, the Savant, the so-called Middle East, right? They are, been waging wars since they got over there. Even when, they first got over there or placed over there in 1948 by the British, okay, via the Balfour Declaration, and was acknowledged as a state. They had I think it was a war with Egypt. So, and the scriptures say that once we get into the land, we shall learn war no more. But anyway, just to get into the lesson, this is Scorched Earth, and this is AI mode overview or whatnot. Scorched Earth. The term Scorched Earth generally refers to a military strategy, but it can also be applied in other contexts like business. In military context, a scorched earth policy is a military strategy wherein an army destroys anything that could be useful to an enemy force, either while advancing or retreating through an area. This includes resources like food and water supplies, transportation and communications, industrial resources, infrastructure, sometimes even civilian populations and their belongings. Now, if you are familiar with, our history, okay, the Lord has used us to go scorched earth on our enemies, but that's in righteousness. All right. Now, these enemies or these heathen, okay, they, want to go scorched earth on us now. All right. And not only, the other nations, but, they basically, they really want to go scorched earth to the utmost, to basically, if they could destroy us as a people altogether, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, they would. All right. And it's been set in place. They've been trying to, but the thing is, the Lord has mixed us between all nations. So it's impossible to pinpoint every Israelite. All right. It is impossible. Okay. And the Lord did that to preserve his nation, amongst other things, as a punishment as well. But anyway, the goal is to weaken the enemy by depriving them of resources necessary to sustain their operations. This tactic has been used throughout history, for ancient times to modern conflicts. All right. Historical examples: Napoleonic Wars. Russia employed a scorched earth policy against Napoleon's invasion in 1812, burning vast tracts of land, and allegedly Moscow itself, to prevent the French army from living off the land. American Civil War. General William Tecumseh Sherman famously used a scorched earth policy during his march to the sea, destroying infrastructure and resources in Georgia to cripple the Confederacy. World War II, both the Soviet Union and retreating German forces used scorched earth tactics as on the Eastern Front. Other examples include the Scythians against the Persian Empire, the French in the German Palatinate, and the British during the Second World War or Boer War. All right. So there you go. Just a little bit on that. Here's a summary. Scorched Earth is a military strategy aimed at denying resources to the enemy through destruction, but it has significant ethical implications and is restricted by international law when it impacts civilians. The term is also used in the business context to describe aggressive defensive tactics against hostile takeover. So yeah, like I said, Scorched Earth is a military tactic that they got from us that, the Lord has used, all right, in the past. But the kicker is, and the thing that makes it wrong, okay, is impacting civilians, and that's what they do over there, man. When they do their certain bombs and everything like that, certain people that, what the scriptures say, who perish being innocent, but You do have people that don't have anything to do with the war, like kids and stuff like that. And you got Jake that's over there mingling with the heathen. So you're touching the apple of the Most High's eye with that scorched earth anyway. So, yeah. So let's get into it. A couple scriptures. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay, so the Lord put it in their power of their hand to, basically go and run amok. And they covet fields. They take field. They want fields that's not theirs. They want things that's not theirs, because that's what the covet means, to want something extremely to, to the point where you take it, but it's not yours, which is off. And take them by violence. Scorched earth, and houses, and take them away. And they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go hostily, for the time is evil. Right. So let's go to the book of Habakkuk. All right, because that's why, and that's why they want this internet to be stopped and monitored, surveillance state, okay, that was signed in and during the Patriot Act and whatnot. So hey man, Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him, it lifted up is not upright in him. But the just shall live by faith, by his faith. Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So they will really go scorched earth if the Lord really didn't stop this devil, man. All right, and I'm talking about to the T. I'm talking about to the point where it won't be anything on the earth, because the scriptures say he enlarges his desire as hell. Now, hell is talking about the grave or the earth. And people are dying every day, B. People are born every day. People die every day. So the earth, is never quenched or, never full. All right, because the earth is vast and people are dying every day. So that's what that means, man. All right. He enlarged his desire as hell and is as death. Okay, so he is the death adder. Okay, the scriptures refer to him as, man. All right. And the devil. Okay, this is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Okay, now this is a parable, but the ultimate thief I'll relate it to, even though the scriptures can be multifold. I attribute this to E. Okay, that serpent. Okay, yeah, I think that's in Revelation 12. Let me see. That old serpent. Yeah. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So yeah, that's talking about E. All right. Cain, Esau, the snake or that serpent in the garden, which was a man. Hey, same person. All right. So moving on, the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such as all they that dwell therein. So we know that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, when you go into the book of Malachi, the first chapter, it tells you who the wicked is. Okay, which it all points to Esau, Edom, right? An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So right now, we're not experiencing a profitable leader, all right, or a good king. We're in Isaiah 14, all right, that king of Babylon, okay, which we attributed to Donald Trump, all right, or, DT, right? So yeah, man, hey, the Lord has to stop this devil, because if he doesn't, there will be nothing left, okay? The book of Isaiah, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, Isaiah 14 and 7. Okay, now this is after the Lord destroys him with the brightness of his coming. Okay, and everything gets a reset, right? When this man is set out of power, just like the context of this chapter. Okay, the Lord beholding Lucifer, cut to the ground. Okay, so Isaiah 14 and start at 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. So even the trees are going to rejoice when this man gets taken out of power. So that's a powerful thing, man. No more deforestation, no more, damaging of the earth's lungs, because all of that, going on in the Amazon and certain other places is fucking up the ecosystem. And then in return, they want to talk about some carbon tax and charging you for, charging you for breathing, pretty much, right? But no, man, it's because of you, all right? The earth is made in a perfect balance, the ecosystems and everything like that, and you are disrupting them, right? Hell from beneath is moved up for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones are the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So basically, representing corrosion, representing death, okay, and the state that they're going to be in as a people, all right, once the Lord takes them down, all right, and this is how you know who's it talking about. Isaiah 14 and 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Now, this word Lucifer is only found in the scriptures one time, and it means light bearer. So it's not talking about the actual spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about the high-level elites that know that they're the children of Edom, that know that we're the children of Israel, and they know that they have but a short time, right? So that's why they're coming down with all hell on these people, man. All right, and this is the end-all, be-all, one of my favorite scriptures that condemns them. All right, and this is what the Lord is going to do at his return. All right, Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they shall be judged, and that thou should have give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should have destroyed them which destroy the earth. So we know who destroyed this earth. We know who has it coming. All right. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. And until next time, Shalom.